Okay. It's loading. Oh, and I hear sirens.
Be careful, talk. I don't hear you real well, Judith.
Now better.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man! I really need to keep the thing close. I don't see the live.
Yes. Wait a minute. Je vous ai dit de ne pas me déranger.
Et on voit pas de la caméra, qu'est-ce que tu veux qu'on voit?
Des digitales.
Non, on voit pas de digital.
Alors des caméras sans téléphone. Sorry, I'm back. Sorry, my grandfather.
Can I ask about your grandfather or family or whatever? What your family and friends think about it?
About what?
About you. We're not live yet, are we? Are we live? Oh. Oh. Hello.
Hello.
I don't see the live yet, so sorry. Hold on. Oh shit! I'm looking at the wrong page. Yes, here it is. Hold on.
Statue of Rome.
Oh, that looks really cool. Hello, outlaws.
We are not in a room. We're in Toulouse here. Outside.
I hear an echo.
Oh. Don't know why.
Yeah. Do you have trust? Yeah, of course. Am I the only one who hears everything double?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, curb shifter. That's really annoying. Maybe I can. Hold on. Let me check if I can. Charlie, can you speak?
Yes. Hello. I'm breaking international law.
Are you breaking international laws? Okay.
Maybe.
Now the echo is gone.
Okay. Good.
We hear echo also on stream curb shifter.
Oh, fine.
I have a run. This is really shit. Is there anything we can do about the echo? Because I don't hear it anymore. But I turned the sound off. So yeah. So let's do the echo here too. Okay. So this is new what we're doing. We're trying out something new. And we have people in the back end working this. Hopefully they can solve the echo thing. Yeah, should I read a little bit more? Where can I see? Nine watching now. Okay, let's start. No. So hello, Charlie. This is
Hello.
Charlie. People spoken to them in the chat. People have seen them.
Can you talk in your microphone? I don't hear you real well.
Shit. Thank you. Okay, Charlie, tell us. Who are you? How old are you? Where are you from? What do you do? Can you tell us?
So I'm Charlie. I'm 17. I'm a journalist, and I'm from France, Toulouse.
Okay. And Gilet
I play
Jaune?
piano.
Oh, you
I play
yes,
piano,
yes.
and I sing a little.
You make some funny songs, no?
Yeah. I have to make one in English.
Yes, you should. I think people would appreciate that if you make one in English.
Or in German, maybe.
Okay, you speak German? You speak German?
A little.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
You have German watchers.
Don't know. I don't see the live.
You don't see the live? No, but then I can ask you, no, if they ask something in German.
It's better if it's in English, because my German is really bad.
Okay, then leave it at this. You are in the protest as a Gilet Jaune or as a journalist?
As a Gilet Jaune.
Okay, and you have been in the process since the beginning?
I don't hear you very well.
Have you been in the protest since the beginning since November? Yes. So what made you decide to be a Gilet Jaune?
Because how can I say that? We live in a country that doesn't respect human rights, and where we have I don't know, too much people are fuck, my English is so bad. We live in a country that doesn't respect human rights, and where some people are really rich and many people are really poor. So that, I think that's not normal. And I'm in that movement because I want this to change.
And you experience this in your surroundings? Sorry? The fact that basic human rights are violated and that there is a big difference between poor and rich, you experience this in your daily life around you also?
Yes, because I'm volunteer in a NGO, Secours Populaire Français, which helps poor people.
Okay.
So I see poverty everywhere around me, and even if you walk in the street, you can see too much people who live in the streets, too much homeless people.
Yes, I think in Toulouse there's a lot of people living in tents in the streets, no?
Yeah.
For example?
I don't know.
But the tents in the streets, you see them too in Toulouse, no? You see them during the protests.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah, so yeah. Okay, yeah, sorry, I need to get a little bit used to this also. Normally I'm just blapping away and there's people walking by. Excuse me. So I need to watch my dog a little bit also. How does your environment, like your family and friends, are they in the protest too? Or how do they feel about it that you are in the protest?
They support the movement, but they're not in the protests because they're scared of police violence, basically.
Yeah. You think this is a big problem that people are afraid to go to the protest because of the police violence?
Yes, that's
general,
a huge, yeah. That's a problem. That's not normal in a democracy.
And you have met with this police violence yourself as well?
Yeah, as you as you see.
Every week, no? It's
Yeah.
has it been since the beginning?
At the beginning, it was worse.
Is what worse in the beginning?
Yeah, Act 3 in December. That was, you can't imagine. That was worse than today. Or that was awful.
And is it just the gas, or what types of police violence have you experienced yourself or seen from close by?
Gas grenade, gas, LBD-40. That's a rubber bullet that some people lost their eyes because of that.
This is LBD bullet.
Yeah.
And
gas grenade.
Yeah, we have a video of this.
Yeah.
This was I think 2 months back or something.
When they shot me straight on my face.
Yeah, no, not the one where they shot you in your face. The one where they shot you between the legs when you were sitting on the floor.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you tell us what happened there for you? We're going to show the video also, but can you tell us what happened there? How you experienced this?
So we were on the ground, and the woman beater started to, I don't know. He said that he will use force to make us go home, and we said no, we want to stay here, so we're gonna stay here. He didn't like this, so he took the grenade and he threw it on us, and the grenade exploded between my legs.
And did you have any damage from this?
Just my pants.
Okay, this is a good thing.
That's a chance.
It could have been a lot worse, no? And this happened more often? You just told us that you also got a grenade in your face?
No, actually, I was sitting on a barricade, and I was singing, and a policeman shot me with the gun who shot gas grenade, and he shot straight at me, and hopefully I've seen that, and I've been pushed on the ground by a friend, so I didn't have the grenade on my face.
Because your friend.
I don't know if my sentence is correct in English, but I think you understood.
Yes, I think so. I think it was clear. And well, you've been going since the beginning, so that's what is it, 37, 38 weeks now?
38. Tomorrow is the Act 38. Yeah.
Okay, and I've seen you every week since I been coming, and I don't see you as a violent person. I've never seen you being violent.
No,
I've never seen you doing anything. How do you see this? Because a lot of comments I hear online are that people say, how can they stay so peaceful? And this is
Yeah,
something
that's why I think uh, I don't I don't understand why people are peaceful, because in the beginning we were not peaceful people. We were not.
in the beginning it was not peaceful.
No, 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 no. That was I'll send you a video. You won't believe it.
So in what way was it?
Some protesters were really violent in the beginning.
Some protesters, not all
Yes,
protesters.
not all, of course.
But were you violent? Were you ever
No,
violent, or did
no.
you feel violent?
In my head, I was, but I've never been violent. In in my head, I'm violent, and I think that that the only way to win our fight is the violence. But I can't be violent. Um I can't. I'm not violent.
I think the protesters I see every week in Toulouse, but I can only speak for since I was here. um, well, I don't like numbers and stuff, but the big majority is peaceful.
Yeah.
I don't have much violence from protesters on camera.
No, no, no. Of course, but
And I think
people are acting peaceful, but in their heads they want to be violent because that's enough, and they are scared about going to jail or things like that, or being hurt by LBD-40, gas grenade, extra.
so. You don't think that the people in Toulouse want to be violent, but that they are peaceful because they don't see another choice.
Yeah, they are peaceful because um, they are scared. They want to be violent, but they can't. They are afraid.
Okay, that is a different view than I had so far. I always thought that the people were really peaceful, but of course I can be mistaken. I don't speak French and I don't speak that they are really peaceful and then they want to keep the peace too, because even when it's really close with the police, they still don't do anything.
Yeah,
And you think this is because of fear?
I'm sure of it. I've talked with protesters. I know they think that the only way to win our fight, our political fight, is violence.
And the last few weeks, the violence has been a lot less, up until the day before yesterday.
Yeah,
When there was a memorial for Steve,
yeah,
the guy who was for people who don't know this story, so Steve was at a party. This party was supposed to stop at 4 o'clock at night. 4:30, the police violently attacked this party. People jumped into the water to get away from the police violence, the gas, all that shit.
14 people and 14 people fell in the Loire, in the water, and Steve didn't know how to swim. That's the problem, and he died.
Yes, and they finally found him a few days ago, and
A month ago.
this happened a month ago, yes.
Yeah.
But he was found a few days ago.
Yeah.
And the people of Toulouse went into the streets to honor him, to remember him. And this was the day before yesterday, so Tuesday, yeah. And then you were the group was attacked by the police as well, and you were with this group also, no?
Sorry?
You were with this group at the Capitol that got assaulted.
Yes, that was on Monday.
This was on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, and can you tell? There's videos of this also. Can you tell what happened?
So we were at the Capitol, and police started to attack us because we had a big sheet where there was wrote police kills, and another where there was wrote justice for Steve. And
Yes.
the police didn't like the fact we were writing police kills. So a policeman came and said, you can't write this. So get that out. We said, no, that's a fact. You've killed Steve. You. And he said, actually, he didn't say anything. He punched us. He attacked us. So one of them took my arm and pushed me really violently. And I've been injured on my right leg, where I have a deficit.
A problem.
Yeah, a problem.
You already have a problem with this leg.
Yeah.
Oh, this was you flying. Oops.
Maybe.
Yeah, I just saw the video. Yeah, these are heavy things to experience. I mean, I've experienced them also. So how did you deal with that afterwards?
I was fucking angry because my problem in my right leg was nearly my pain on my right leg was gone, and the fact he pushed me and the fact I felt on my right leg made me feel that hurt me, so the pain came back, and that's awful. No, because physically that hurts, and the pain was gone.
And
you understand?
Yeah, I think I understand. I'm not sure if people understand it though.
I'm sorry, I'm really tired, so my English is not really good today.
No, Charlie, your English is really good. Trust me. All the people that are probably watching now, well, there's a few that understand French and the rest don't understand the word. So thank you for your English. We couldn't be doing this. Yeah, we could, but with translations, and it's a lot more shit. So don't worry about this.
Yeah.
Your English is really good, and you've helped me many times translating during the protest. So yeah, thank you for that also.
Oh, you're welcome. That's normal.
A few weeks back, you were arrested.
Yeah.
It's really shit because I hate this. It happened under my nose, but I just got sprayed in the face, and
you were blind.
I was really blind. Yeah, I could see nothing. And but also the battery of my phone was finished, and this doesn't happen often, but it happened then. So when I opened my eyes, I saw that you were arrested, but I didn't catch what was happening there. So can you tell us what happened? Because as far as I know, there was no reason to arrest you. So can you sketch what was happening? You were standing somewhere, or you were helping me, I think?
No, actually, I was going home, but the CRS started to gas. So I move on. You've been gassed. You've been spread on your face. So I tried to help you, and after in my head it was so I'm going home, but la BAC arrest me for no reason actually because for no reason.
You were not doing anything.
No.
No, and they took you to the side.
Yeah. Yeah, but the problem is the arrestation. It's not the fact I was in jail. The problem is when I've been arrested, the cop, one of them, touched me. I mean he touched some part of my body he shouldn't touched.
Intimate parts.
Yeah.
And
he was saying, he was telling me, you little slut, you like this, you bitch, extra.
And this was in public, all.
Yeah, and at the moment, when he was doing that, I thought he was going to rip me.
He was going to what?
To abuse me.
Ah, to rape you. Okay, yeah, I can imagine if that happens. And did they give you? Then you were taken to the police station, or did more happen before you went to the police station?
They sorry, I try to remember.
Yes, take your time.
So they made me sit on the big chair in the Place Wilson, and they check what was in my bag, and after they took me to a car, and after they put on me, you know, the how do you say that? The thing that they put you. Handscarf, t'as dit? J'ai pas compris. Okay. So after that, they took me to the police car, and after they took me to the le commissariat. Oh, okay. To the police station. That was so simple. And
it's also funny to hear the voice in between all the time, just for the people watching. But we've got a French guy in the back who translates when it's necessary. Thank you for this one. Yeah.
And then they put me in jail.
And what were you charged with? What was why they have to give you a reason why you were arrested? So what was the reason for them to arrest you? What did they charge you with?
They said I hide my face. I don't know. That was wrong. They said I was. What did they say? I don't remember what they say. What they said. Because I was in a groupment who were not declared in the préfecture.
I don't get this.
Parce que Yo, tu traduis. Ils ont dit que j'étais dans un attroupement non déclaré, que je participais à un attroupement non déclaré après sommation.
Okay. And this is why you were arrested.
After summation.
And do you need to like go to court for this? Have you been actually charged with something?
No.
No. So the police arrested you, they charge you with something, but then they don't press the charges, so you after this you don't go to court, nothing.
Nothing.
That's really strange. You heard
I
nothing.
think too.
Did you get a lawyer?
Yeah. I had a lawyer. She told me that was not unlawful because the police said that I've done something, but that's weird. Because French law is weird.
So they can arrest you and then not press charges against you.
Yeah.
This is really weird. I don't.
That happens usually in France.
Yeah, but is it in French law or is it what happens in France? Because, I mean,
sorry, I didn't hear you.
Is it? Is this in French law possible, or is it just something that happens in France? Because
that's in French law. Weird.
It's in French law that you can be arrested without any charges being pressed.
Yeah.
So you can just be picked up off the street. How long were you? In prison?
22 hours.
22 hours. They can put you in prison for 22 hours and then have no reason to give you why they did this.
Yes, and they didn't feed me, and they didn't give me my medicines.
And this is also possible by French law. I cannot.
No, that's not. They are obliged. They must give me food and my medicine, because without my medicine, my drugs, I can die in the cell.
And they didn't give you to them. They didn't give it to you.
Actually, they gave me after I yelled at them. Like I was, give me my fucking medicine, I'm gonna die, and this is gonna be a revolution in France, because if I die because of you, people are going to kill you. I was fucking out of me.
And you had the medication with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what happened when they let you go? So they just let you out, or
they let me out?
And this was because you got a lawyer, or it was just time to go?
That was because they checked and they checked what I told them, so I didn't hide my face. They checked on the camera in the street, in the city, so that was wrong. So they say, okay, no charge for it. And I told them that I was going home, so they said, well, no charges. So get out, go home. Go home, little guy.
So there was no reason. And did you get into trouble at home for being arrested? I mean, you're underage, you're 17, so...
No, nothing.
Nothing. This is a good thing. And they were not worried you could phone them or something.
But the day before yesterday, when we were gassed by the crazy girl, you know? Well, the one who doesn't know that international law is superior of French law.
Yeah.
The one who said that we were not in Rome. I've been arrested because of her.
You've been arrested because of her?
Yeah, because the week before my arrestation, she told me if I see you again with a megaphone, I put you in jail to check who you are and to know everything about you.
So when they put you in jail...
I forgot something. They took pictures of me when I was in jail. And they... Yo, comment tu dis qu'ils m'ont fiché? C'est probablement une fiche S, d'ailleurs. Usually it's for terrorists.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I'm not a terrorist, fuck.
No.
I don't know. I protest. I'm a protester. I'm a journalist. So actually, the problem is that they can listen. They can listen. My phone. I think they put microphones on my phone.
It makes you paranoia. This also or not?
Yes, because I'm also a journalist, so I work on some on political cases, and the problem is from my sources. You know, if I'm in relation with someone in a ministry, they can know with who I am talking, and that's hard because press freedom is in danger in France because of that.
Yeah,
because of people like that.
There is no press freedom in France. I mean,
just propaganda.
Also, yes. Also, I think, even though I don't follow it that much,
you're right. That's not really bad, actually.
So you say you're working on political cases, and are they related to the Gilet Jaune protest?
Not only. On Benalla cases, on Yemen case, because France give weapons to Yemen, and the problem is that those weapons are used on civil population.
Okay.
So I work in that sort of cases.
And from what media do you do this?
Actually, I worked with Mediapart, with Infoline, with 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 many medias actually.
Okay, and there you publish your things also, and can people find your work somewhere?
What are you doing? No, because my article are published without my name, so they can't know if it's me or someone else.
Okay. Well, people have been typing a lot, but I have not been following it. Did anybody ask any questions, or did I miss them all? Or does anybody have any questions now? I'm going to check. Hold on.
Please ask us questions.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I've got some questions. Igor asks, Charlie, is the red cap worn as a symbol of the 17th century revolt?
No, because I just love it.
That's just true. There's no specific reason to wear the cap.
Actually, I had that because once at the beginning of the protests, this was on my head, and people didn't know my name, and so someone called me Red Cup. So since that moment, it's still on my head.
Yeah, I always see you with this. If I'm looking for you, then yeah, it's a.
Where's Charlie?
Igor always also asks, how long has it been like this in France? So I hope, Igor, that it's for that you mean the police violence, or what are you speaking about like this?
Police violence since, don't know, since many years, too much years.
It's not something that is from the protests.
That's worse since November, but that exists in because the Gilet Jaune protests are that's historical. That's never happened in the French star history. So we can't know if police violence will like that. I I think I don't know. I'm lost in my words. We never seen that since Algerian war in 1960. 1958 and 1962. We didn't see that since. Yeah.
You mean this amount of violence?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you weren't born then. Neither was I, but still.
Yeah. So I can't know if because I was born in that violence climate, so I don't know.
Okay, the next question in the list is in French. I'm not going to pronounce it. Barry put it in the question list. Okay, curb shifter. Curb shifter asked what made you before you were speaking about Act 3, and he's asking what made it more bad.
In which way?
Curb shifter, if you're still listening, he's asking in which way. I think he's asking about the police violence.
Because at in December we were very, very angry, and in Paris, in the Champs-Élysées, that was burning actually. The Champs-Élysées were burning, literally, and people tried to enter. Yo, je vois plus Judith. Okay. So that was really violent because that was the beginning of the protest and that was the beginning of a revolution. So the I don't know why, because protesters were violent, really violent, against the cops and against everything, because they wanted to kick Macron's ass, to make him get out of France.
Do you hear me again?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I missed the whole part. Sorry.
So I said that in December people were really angry because it was the beginning of the protests, and they wanted to start a revolution. So they wanted to kick Macron's ass and to make him get out of France, of our country, because we were more angry than today.
So you think the police violence was also more heavy because the people were more angry, and now the people are more peaceful, so the police is more peaceful maybe also?
No, I think it's that because we're not as much as in the beginning. In the beginning we were, I don't know, 15,000 in Toulouse only.
You were what? How much?
15,000. Je crois que je l'ai mal dit. Je crois que j'ai dit 150 000. Oh, okay. Or even more. Or one day we were 1,000 in Toulouse.
40.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really a lot.
So that was really, that was dangerous for the government and for the police, because people wanted to cut Macron's head, like in 1789.
Yeah.
So the government were scared, and they decided to use violence to make us shut up, I guess.
And this didn't work.
No.
And then we come to
you can see that because police killed a woman in Act 3, I think, an old woman called Zineb Redouane, and they tried to pass. Ils ont essayé d'étouffer cette affaire. Tu peux me traduire ça, Yo, s'il te plaît?
How did she die?
She because of a gas grenade right in her face. He was just closing her windows because she was suffocating because of the gas, and when she tried to close her windows, a gas grenade exploded on her face. She died the day after.
Oh shit!
At hospital.
Yeah,
and they tried to hide that case.
but
because imagine you're in a country that's a beginning of a revolution, and the police killed an old woman, an Algerian old woman, in Marseille. Do you imagine the consequences of that?
Well, have there been consequences for it? Because I still see people asking for justice in the streets, no?
Yeah, but people would I think that if that case, Yo, tu peux me retraduire s'il te plaît, si cette affaire, si on avait su que Zineb Redouane était morte ce jour-là, tuée par la police, ça aurait été la vraie révolution et les gens auraient sorti les armes.
But it didn't.
No, because they hide that case.
Yeah. Do you think that's so? What happened with Steve? That they hide it for a month to keep the people more calm.
Yeah, and that happens in 2014 when a young man have been killed by gendarmes with an explosive grenade in his back. That happened. They hide that case during one day because it would have been people would have been reacting really violently, I think,
to this. Yeah,
and that happens a lot because in France you have two jobs where you have to be better than other citizens, political person and police, and in those jobs that merde, Yo, tu peux me retraduire. En France, il y a deux métiers dans lesquels il y a le plus d'impunité, alors qu'il devrait y avoir le plus de respect et d'exemplarité, les politiciens et les policiers.
it should be controlled more. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, I agree. An answer for it, yes. Of course, I totally agree with this. Another question is from Stefke. She says there are now 37 acts. What to do by number 70?
She means today? Yes, tomorrow?
No, she means like, I think that what she means is Now we're at Act 37, and this is how it's going.
I don't hear you.
Okay, sorry. Better like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, do you think this will go on and on and on and on, and the people will stay in the streets and nothing will change?
I think that it's gonna be worse in September because
okay.
I'm sure of it actually because the government is doing fucking shit.
And what is in September?
People. Les gens rentreront de vacances et se rendront compte que le gouvernement a passé plein de lois scandaleuses pour l'environnement et pour les retraites et pour les chômeurs.
This is what these laws they passed this summer, and then in September this comes out, and then there will be more people in the streets again.
I hope so.
Okay. Barry, Friends Understand, is asking, this is done many times, remove people and let it fade with no ways of justice. And I think he's talking about the deaths by police that over the past few years, that it has been done many times, that it's been wiped under the rug.
Yo, tu peux me traduire, j'ai pas tout compris. De quoi? Un décembre? Okay. Yes, that happens. Yeah. Yeah, that happens often.
The justice does come.
Yeah.
But for several cases, there wasn't any justice yet, right? Or have people been put to jail or reprimanded or something like this?
I don't know. Some of my friends are in jail since December, January, because they were angry and they insulted cops, and because they were angry and because of that anger, they've been violent with cops, so they are in jail for a few months, few years. We don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
If you're violent with a cop, that's worse than if you're violent with someone who's not a cop. So you can't really know how much you're going to pass in jail, if you know what I mean.
But there should be a court case then, no? If you're arrested because you did something, then there should be a court case.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And then a judge decides how long you are in jail.
Yeah.
And this hasn't happened, or what?
Yes, that happened.
So then these people know how long they have to be in jail. I think, no?
So a friend of mine is in jail since December, and I think he will come back in October or December, I don't know. And some other are going to come back in 4 years.
In 4 years?
Yeah, or
What was
4
he
or 5
convicted
years.
for?
Because he throws stones on cops.
4 or 5 years for throwing a stone? That's
Yeah.
a long time. Oh, shit.
Yeah, but when you do that to cops, after that you are in jail for, like me, like my arrestation, during 24 hours or 48 hours, and after you see a judge, and the judge decide if you're going to pass 1 year in jail, 2 years, but the cops, during the time you're in jail for 24 hours or 48, the cops can say he 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 threw stones on me, and he insulted me and with other people, so that's a groupman, so they are terrorists. So you know what I mean?
They don't need other proof?
No.
They can just say you did that, and that's enough to convict you.
Yes.
That's...
Sometimes that was like this.
Oh, that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's France, actually.
Yeah.
They are breaking international laws.
Yes, they are, because this should not be possible. I mean, yeah, definitely not here, where you see every week that the
Judges are not independent. Actually, they are supposed to be independent, but they are not.
Society of the Spectacle is asking, what can ordinary people do to show support? And then, of course, especially in other countries, I think.
Put a yellow vest on you and go in the street, and say, I support yellow vest because I don't know, put a yellow vest on you and go in the street with friends, or I don't know, and protest against France government.
But and if people, you think people in other, you think people in other countries should also put on a yellow vest and protest in their own country against the government of France?
Yeah, that happened. Sometimes that happened in Australia, for other reasons, but they were supporting some a French guy who were in jail. In France, some protesters wants Georges Abdallah liberation, but he is not really French. He's c'est un résistant pro-palestinien, je crois, je suis pas sûr. And he's in jail, and there are protestations, there are protests in other countries to make him get out of prison.
Okay, and you think this should happen more?
That would be cool, because look, in Hong Kong, some protesters have yellow vests.
Yes, but they are fighting against, not, they are not in the street.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know if you've seen that, but in I've seen some pictures of Hong Kong of protests, and they wrote sur une banderole. Comment tu dis une banderole? Putain.
Banner.
A banner. Yeah, they wrote on a big banner, "We support Yellow Vests."
And do
in
you think
Hong Kong?
so? We should do this everywhere. So when there's a yellow vest protest in another country, they should make banners to, for example, in France, also make banners to show support to Hong Kong and to make more
actually,
clear.
tomorrow we protest. It's a yellow vest protest, but tomorrow everyone has to have an umbrella in memory of Hong Kong. You know what? Yeah.
Okay.
You know, you understand the concept?
Yeah. Yeah, in Hong Kong, they use the umbrellas. I used the umbrella the first weeks in Toulouse.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's a brilliant tool. It's a brilliant tool. And then I gave it away to one of the tents was gassed with a baby in it, and the police was shooting. So I gave the umbrella to the guy standing with the tent to protect the baby, you know, because there was like a newborn baby in the street. Yeah, golden umbrella. I lost it there. But yeah, I think it's a brilliant tool. So I understand the people in Hong Kong use it. It's good to know tomorrow people will bring it to as a, yeah. And do you think tomorrow there's also like another march for Steve? Because people ask this also.
Tomorrow in Toulouse and everywhere in France, and especially in Nantes, in the north, c'est à l'est ou à l'ouest, Nantes, in the northwest of France, in the city where Steve died. But comment tu dis la préfecture, You, en anglais? La préfecture a interdit toute manifestation en centre-ville de Nantes.
The regional, yeah. Okay.
And today in Nantes, there is a protest, but the préfet said no. There won't be a protest tomorrow. Who wants to protest?
I think there will be.
Because it's the city where Steve died.
Yes, this is, yeah. I think there will be a protest anyway.
They don't want it because they are afraid of people, member of the Black Bloc, or just angry protesters.
This is also
that can be violent. You know what I mean?
Yes. This is another question I get asked a lot and one I cannot answer. You are a Gilet Jaune, a yellow vest. You are not Black Bloc.
No, I'm not.
What is your opinion about Black Bloc, and how do you think the yellow vests that you know feel about Black Bloc?
So what is the Black Bloc? It's a way to protest. That's not a movement. That's a way of protest. So I don't know. I can't say that that the Black Bloc is a piece of shit because they saved me. Act 3, a cop shot me in my leg and in my back with a LBD 40. So I felt on the ground and some people of the Black Bloc took me and took me to the street medics, and they saved my life because I was under the gas without a gas mask. So I was going to die if they didn't took me to the street medics. I would have died. I think.
Yeah. So they protect the people, in your opinion?
They protect the people, and they I think that's the Black Bloc is a big is big is I don't know, that's not a problem, that's c'est un sujet un peu compliqué. That's a difficult subject. Yeah, that's a complicated topic because that can be a problem, but I don't know how to explain that because I don't find my words in French, so I don't know if I can find in English.
We'll go to another question. Oh. Is that Charlie?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
I think online activism nowadays is just as important as offline activism. So yes, by spreading information, keeping each other updated with good, reliable information, support each other. I think these things are very important. If they're not important, I'm doing this for nothing. No, just kidding.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, to support us extra, you should share information and translate it. I mean, from French to English and to other languages, so people around the world can know what happens here in France since November to the Yellow Vest protesters.
And the other way around also, I think, like said before, I think if the Yellow Vests in all the different countries openly support each other more, there is even more unity and they're stronger also, no?
Yeah, that can be an international revolution.
All the requirements are sort of there, they need to expand, they need to be bigger, they need to be more numbers, blah, blah, blah. But it has potential, I think.
I do too.
Okay, so we're for more unity worldwide.
Yeah.
Yes, there's also, let me check the next question. Igor is asking this. Charlie, do you have any intention of stopping? And can you see this?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Now better, Charlie. Igor is asking this. Charlie, have you any intention of stopping? Can you see this protest being continuous?
J'ai pas compris, Yo, tu peux me traduire? J'ai mal compris son accent. No, I won't stop to protest, and this I think this is going to continue. At the end of the month, I'm going to go to the G7 in Biarritz. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be in that. I don't know, protest, je sais pas comment le dire, putain. Les manifestations vont continuer parce que de toute façon, en France, on manifeste presque tout le temps et, on nous empêchera pas de manifester, même avec toutes les lois qu'ils veulent nous imposer.
This is what I really like about the French, their resilience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this a lot about the French. Let me check the next one. Marichi Sanchez, is it true that the Legion was going to take over?
That what?
The Legion, the French Legion. I think she's speaking about the
military.
Yes.
Yeah. So?
The question is it true that that they were going to take over?
C'est-à-dire? Faire un putsch, en gros.
Marichi, if you're still watching, maybe you can clarify it a little bit in the chat, and then we can answer it better.
That's not really clear, because you can interpret that question in many ways.
Okay, well, let's leave it and see if she comes back with a more clear question for it. Friends Understands is asking, what does Charlie know of the Gilet Jaune prison camps?
Of what?
Gilet Jaune prison camps. There's been reports that there is now Gilet Jaune prison camps where they take, I think it was a few weeks back now, I'm not really sure about this information, but I think it was a few weeks back that Gilets Jaunes arrived in Paris and they were picked up by the police and put straight to prison camps.
Yeah, that's true. That was in the 14th of July. That was in the 14th of July. The police took them to a bus, and the bus took them to a weird camp that I didn't know the existence, but that happened. Yeah.
And do you know if there's any more information known about this?
I don't have any information about that.
Okay, that's also really clear. Then Society of the, oh, I hate this name, sorry. Society of the Spectacle. People who are old may be too scared to join a march, but could they choose not to spend money on a Saturday, for example?
I don't understand.
Johan, can you translate it? Do you know which question I'm asking?
Sorry. Attends, tu peux répéter, j'ai mal compris, j'ai été distrait par un truc. I don't know. I don't know. Le live, il a été
think. But
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
this change. I think this is only the start. I think we're just at the very beginning of what can change in the world.
Yeah. This is the beginning of an international revolution.
Yes. And it will take more time than a few months to get this shit sorted, no?
Yeah, maybe.
This is also Chappie's question. Chappie. He asked.
Love your name. That's so cute.
He's asking you, Charlie Garcia, how do you see the future of France in 10 years?
It depends. If there is a revolution, the system is going to change. But if the system doesn't change, we're all going to die, I guess. I don't know, because if we make the revolution, the system is going to change because we want to change this. In 2022, there is another election, so we don't know for the moment if Macron is going to be French president another 5 years. So I don't know. I can't know. But this is going to be really hard because people are going to be more poor and more poor and more poor, and rich people are going to be more rich, and so cute. I don't know how it's going to be.
But 3 years is a long time before you can go vote. No, you think that this will go on for 3 years?
I don't know. I think people will. I think, or I hope. I don't know that people are going to react of what happened. Don't know.
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
I hope that people will react before 2022.
That it will change, or that the government responds to your demands, no?
Didn't hear you.
That the people react, or that the government responds to your demands.
Yeah.
Society of the Spectacle is asking, did Charlie take part in the Lei de Travail protests too?
No, I was too young. I was 14. So I was sick, so I cannot go to these protests, but I wanted to.
How old were you at this time?
I'm 17.
No, at the time of the other protests.
I was 14 or 50. Okay. 15, not 50. And I was at hospital most of the time, so I cannot go.
Igor is asking, is Charlie an active activist in the Gilet Jaune protest? And are these your first protests, only being 17?
I don't understand that question.
Yeah, like an active activist, I think. Yeah. How are you an active activist?
So for how long I protest against the system? That's the way I should understand the question. Yeah. Um, no, no, because I've been active in the réforme des lycées, the high school reforms. So so that's not. I'm not only a yellow vest. I'm also an hungry schoolboy and an hungry journalist.
Yeah.
And I'm a climate activist.
A what?
A climate
A
activist.
climate activist.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to discuss this with you because I think it's a whole hoax. So let's leave this for another.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an he's an active activist.
Yeah. That's a bit weird, but that's cool.
What is Stefka asking? Maybe you can read this, Johan. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, okay. Are there any more? Is there anything you want to tell the people or ask?
Stand up for your rights.
Actively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, at every time, at every second, at every minute, every hour, every day, fuck, every year. Make that capitalist system fall and save the planet.
So when can we expect an English song from you?
I don't know. In few weeks, few months, I don't know. I have to write it and to compose it. And as you can hear, my English is not really good. So I don't know.
You're doing really good. I think the people are really happy that you speak English because this is a problem for us non-speaking French people.
Yeah. The problem is that I'm not I for pour un élève français, j'ai un bon niveau d'anglais, mais mais en comparaison avec les élèves étrangers, j'ai pas un si bon niveau que ça.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in France, English is a huge problem. Really. So my English is not that bad for compare to other French people, but for I don't know, for German people speak English really better, even if they are younger than me, because it's taught differently, so in another way. So that's the problem in France. We are always think French is really important, and English will be important maybe later. So we don't learn English as intensely we should be. It should be. Je l'ai bien dit, je sais pas.
Your English is much better than my French. It's a fact.
Cour pénal international.
Yeah, my limit, my word, my vocabulary is very limited. Society of the Spectacle is asking if you have a YouTube or a Twitter where people can follow what you do or connect with you.
I have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Okay,
But my Twitter is always in French, so.
Can you write it to Johan, and then Johan can put it or in the chat or in the screen? So
I can't write in the chat.
But you can write in the contact with Johan, no?
Yeah. Yo. Alors mon Twitter c'est @charliebertad, donc Charlie sans le E, Bertad.
Super. Voilà. Ok.
Et mon Instagram c'est mad underscore marx underscore 80. Non, Marx comme le théoricien communiste.
Friends Understand is asking, what do people of your age think of him? That you're protesting and your role in the protests. Do you know that?
Actually, I don't have many friends of my age. I mean, so I don't really know. Some people, most of young people, they don't care of politics, so they don't think anything.
And what is your political? Because you do have a political view. The Yellow Vest is non-political. It's a non-political movement, but you do have a political view, no?
I actually saying something is not political. That's not true, because what is politics?
Politics is bullshit.
Yeah, no. You don't understand what I mean.
Yes.
What is the politic in the genesis of the word? At the beginning, politic is just merde. C'est la politique, c'est c'est la gestion de la cité. C'est comment c'est quand les citoyens s'investissent pour rendre je sais pas comment l'expliquer même en français en fait. I don't know how to explain that even in French. So that's really hard. Politics is like politicians and politic. That's not the same thing. When you are in a protest, you're doing politic. You're not a politician, but you want to change the politic of your country. So that's politic. But we are not in. You can't say that Yellow Vest are extreme right, extreme left, or if they are socialist, communist, or capitalist. But of course, we're not capitalist.
I've seen capitalists in the protest too.
Yeah.
Yeah, screaming anti-capitalist.
Capitalism is bullshit. Fuck capitalism.
But what is your political view?
of the movement.
of the
my
movement. Yes, this can be different tomorrow.
No, I said movement, not
Oh,
moment.
sorry.
I'm fucking tired. I'm sorry. I don't speak English really well. My accent is fucking
No,
is a
fine.
fucking piece of shit. My English is breaking international laws.
Yeah.
Um, uh, so my political view of the yellow vest.
No, your personal. What do you hope
Uh,
that the political outcome of this will be?
uh, uh, I'm um, I think that anarchy, l'anarchie c'est anarchy in English, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the best, in my opinion, of course. It's the best way to live. You know, uh, you don't have people under you, not up you. So we are all equal. So there's no people um, uh, under you, not upside. So no social classes. Euh, 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 L'anarchie pour moi c'est une conception du monde sans hiérarchie, sans classe sociale et fondée sur l'autogestion et l'anticapitalisme. Pas de classe sociale fondée sur l'autogestion.
So you're an anarchist.
In an ecological way too. So you don't have president, you don't have on a direct democracy, not in a representative way. So people choose without politicians. The people, the I don't know,
And this would be done
everyone
with the
can choose
referendum.
their destiny and their way to live. And yeah, I don't know if I'm really clear when I talk, because I don't know if I'm really clear, but
I think you are.
anarchy for me.
I think you are clear.
Yeah. In my head, that's the mess. Yeah, without hierarchy, um with direct democracy, so people can choose what they want and can choose which law is the best law for the people, for for the worker, for for the man who works in the bakery in front of your house, or things like that. For the normal people, not for pour que nos vies ne soient pas dirigées par des gens qui ne représentent absolument pas le peuple.
Yeah, I think that's very clear. Friends understand is asking, do you feel like a kid or like an adult, mind and otherwise, since the beginning of 2019?
That's a difficult question, but because scientifically I'm an adult. In the law, I'm a kid, and in my mind, I'm an adult. In French law, when you're over 18, you're an adult. If you're under 18, you're not.
So do you think you will get more problems in the protest once you're an adult?
Yes, yes. In French law, when you're under 18, you that's when you're over 18, you risk more, and you risk more when you're over 18 than when you're under.
Also with the protests.
Yeah, with everything.
Okay. Society of the Spectacle is asking, has Charlie read Guy Debord, Society of the Spectacle? Have you read the book Guy Debord? Debord, how do you pronounce this? Society of the Spectacle.
No, I haven't.
I'm sure he wants to tell you now that you should read it.
Then I will.
I'm scrolling to see what else is being said. Yeah, there's sort. Oh shit! My screen goes black again. Do you still hear me?
Yeah.
No. Back again.
Yeah. Here we go. Contre Monsanto? Yes, of course. Of course I am. They are poisoning us. So of course I fight against them. And even worse, Macron's European campaign was was Macron's European campaign was paid by Bayer and Monsanto, so that's a reason. That's another reason to fight them.
I think somebody else asked that question. No, can you hear me again?
Yeah.
Okay. Problem is, I don't see the chat at the moment. Okay. Trying to get back to the.
Your laptop is breaking international laws.
My laptop is so fucking shit. You have no idea. It crashes all the fuck. It's a little bit shit. The next time I'll do it, I think.
Okay.
Or something like this to maybe make it work better. Okay, I'm back and I can see chat again. Of the Spectacle is telling you it's a classic anarchist book from the 60s. So I think you should read the book. I don't know, but afterwards you can look back at the chat, Charlie, and you can, because the people have been speaking to you also.
Yes, I will.
Saying Charlie vibrates and you're a hero, and I don't know what things I also saw pass. So it would be nice if you can have a look afterwards when you have time. And
yes, I will. But Johan put my Instagram and my Twitter on the chat.
Yes.
And you also have my Facebook, Charlie Garcia, and you can talk with me in private messages if you want.
You're telling this to the people, no?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, curb surfer. It's my laptop. It's really shit. But if I remember tomorrow to bring a USB stick to the protest, then maybe this will be changed soon. That my laptop works a little bit better. So, yeah, it's a shit laptop. Maybe I'll cut because it's almost 2 hours that chatting now. I really like it, by the way, Charlie. It's really nice to hear you, because in the protest it's always short, quick talks we have. Most of the time, very fucking funny.
I don't hear you real well. That's crashing. It's crashing. I don't hear you real well.
Maybe now it's better.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, it's how I hold the microphone. Yeah, I like that we've been talking a little bit more than how it goes in the protest, when we quickly say, or we're laughing a lot, or we go, oh, are you okay? Okay, you need drops. Such standard conversations, no?
So go on, they are breaking international laws.
This is one that sticks, I think, no? In 30 years, when we see each other, you will go, you are breaking international laws.
So we're going to count who's breaking international laws here.
I'm gonna watch them. Stefke is asking, what music do you like, Charlie?
I play piano, so I play classical music, Liszt, Chopin, Rachmaninoff, but I love rock. I love Queen. I love Queen. I love death metal. And
who else is thinking Clockwork Orange now?
And also I sing opera.
You sing opera?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you should maybe end with a song.
Oh no, I can't. I'm not alone at home.
Musical disturbance. No, it's not rave. No, it's not.
And actually, in fact, police can come if I do too much noises in France.
What?
You didn't know that?
No.
If you make too much noises and your neighbor say, "Oh no, I don't want you. I don't want to hear them," they call police, and the police come home, and they say, "You're making too much noises, so shut up."
Yeah. Okay. This is. I know this from the Netherlands also. Yes.
And even if you make too much noises, in June you can fall in the water and die in France.
This is a heavy thing. This is now he's talking about Steve.
Yeah.
Who died
because of the police.
Because of police violence. Yes, I think so.
I'm sure of it.
Saskia is telling you that she likes
if you watch the video of the police intervention during the music festival in June, you can see that that people felt in the water because of the police, because uh, two people, because someone at a moment in the video say yell in French at the cops that two people felt in the water, and the day after we learned that 14 people felt in the water.
Yeah, and if you see the videos, to me it looked like the 13th of April in Toulouse, but then at night in the dark.
And
Totally
that was not,
chaos.
and the worst is that was not a protest.
No,
It
no,
was
no. It was a
people who were
party.
listening to music.
Yes, this is like a normal weekday.
And that was
for
declared.
Weekend day, I mean.
That was declared to the authority.
It was a legal party. It was not an illegal party. Yeah. To me, that's insane. I've been to so many parties, and I have been to illegal parties also. I think even illegal parties should not be broken up like that.
I think too.
I think it's insane. There's many ways to do things. That was not the right way.
Yeah, you can talk with people, because last year, 2 years ago, the same thing happened in at the same place. The same thing happened, but police talked with the guys who were listening to music, so nobody felt in the water.
And nobody got beaten and gassed. And I mean, even for us when we're in the day and it's sober. I mean, I don't use anything during the protests. So I'm totally sober. I know there's some people that drink or whatever, doesn't matter. But if the chaos and the violence is heavy to deal with already. So if I imagine being wasted, having a good time, and all of a sudden being attacked like that, that must be total fucking mayhem.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the night, it was darker. This is also a big difference in how you experience things if you can clearly see, or maybe you don't even know where the hell things are coming from. No, it's heavy shit. Heavy shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. People are saying they saw the video. Friends understands this. Thank your parents for raising an aware young man who is also active, taking risks. A better world should benefit if more young people are like this. Yeah, I think we'll agree to this, because there's not much really young people in the protests.
No. But I'm a volunteer in a movement called Copains du Monde, which means Friends of the World, that protects children's rights. And in October, before the Yellow Vest, I went to Croatia to as comment tu dis un porte-parole? Yeah. As a speaker for the movement, I represented France, and there was other movement that protects children's rights. So some young people are invested in those types of questions, but not as much as it should be, because it's our present and our future, and that's the problem. And that's why I don't understand why there's not so much young people.
No, it's not I don't know in other cities, but in Toulouse it's not there are some children, and there are not a lot of teenagers, I think.
No, not that much.
But maybe this is just for Toulouse, and maybe it's also because it's holidays. No.
Yeah, I guess. But even in the beginning, there was not so much young people or teenagers or blah 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 blah.
And is there a reason for this? You think? Because when you saw
Oh,
the climate march, Toulouse was young with Toulouse was full with youngsters.
yeah, and that's difficult because um, uh, I was in high school protestations, and we were something like 5,000, and at the moment they stopped to protest because police violence scared. When imagine
Yeah.
when you're young, you're that's that's even more scary than if you're I don't know 30, 40, 50 extra. That
The difference,
that's
yeah.
yeah, that there is difference because in a high school protest, we've been gassed, and and they were really scared. Yeah,
The
and the one who gassed us was the crazy girl.
the policewoman.
Yeah, we're not in Rome, we're in Toulouse.
Sorry. I need to say something because Society of the Spectacle says because the teachers are part of the indoctrination. I have to say this is not
Yeah.
true here because the teachers had their own protests. They were also beaten and gassed. The teachers were also arrested. I have an interview on the YouTube channel. You can find an interview from a teacher that was arrested. Um, Also for nothing. The
Yeah.
teachers protested. The protest was over. They were standing there speaking, about to go home, and he got and he's like a union man of the teachers, and he got beaten and arrested. So and then the day after or the week after, the teachers had a big protest also here in Toulouse. I don't know how it is in the rest of France. Um, yeah, so teachers are not teachers. The teachers I've spoken to and the teachers that were in the protest, and there were a lot, so I don't think there's much more teachers in Toulouse than what we saw in the street. I don't think they are part of the indoctrination. Of course,
Actually, the problem is the medias. When you watch TV, it's like brainwashing because when you watch I don't know French channels like TF1, BFM, CNews, LCI. They said every time that yellow vests are racist, blah blah blah, and they said that our president is the best president of the world, blah 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 blah. So most of the people trust it because they don't search, and they just listen to TV, and their brain are washed like they it's like they put their brain in the dishwasher, and after, no, no, we don't want to fight, we don't want to protest, everything is good in that country, and we live in France, we are a human rights country, blah 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 blah,
yeah,
blah.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I had an argument with a man the day before yesterday, and in fact he was like don't know, 50, maybe 50, in maybe 50 years old, and he support the government, and he said things. We are in a right state. We are the human rights country. Blah 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 blah. So we are interested. Extra. Like I don't understand when people say that, because you just have to go to a protest, and after you say we're not in a fucking democracy. Where I don't know if we can call it a dictatorship, but it's actually that was like that, because in Russia, in a protest, the police arrest 1,000 people during just one protest. But in France, in a protest, one day the police arrest 2,000 people. But France decided to say to Russia, "Oh, that's not good. You don't respect human rights." You know.
Yeah, but they both do it because Putin said, France, you cannot attack the journalists. Well, I don't want to be a journalist in fucking Russia, because then if I report something, if I do there what I do here, then I would probably be found shot somewhere. So
Yeah.
I think countries do this. This is also a form of propaganda, of course.
Yeah, I know, of course, but actually, in Russia, I don't like what happens in Russia, to be clear, but France decided to say, to tell to Russia that
Yes.
arrest thousands of people in the protest, that they said that wasn't good, but they did that in France for 2,000 people. So that's fucking paradoxical. You know what I mean? That's fucking
I'm
paradoxical.
crashing again, I think.
Oh fuck. Ok. De quoi? Ah, ouais, elle s'est barrée de la conversation. Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Judith is back.
Sorry, yeah.
The girl power is back. Trottinette is back.
La trottinette.
So, je disais quoi? Qu'est-ce que je disais, moi? I don't remember what I was saying. Yeah, that's paradoxical that France decided to tell to Russia that it was not good to arrest 1,000 of people in a protest, and that because France did the same thing for 2,000 people. You see the paradox? Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm back or not.
Yeah, you're back.
I don't see the YouTube chat you're on, so if there's any more questions, maybe you can ask them.
Um, I think that for the moment we can't. I think that actually we can't go out of that crisis without violence, because we can go out that crisis peacefully, but with many people in the street, like I don't know, 1 million of people, 2 million, 3 million, and that won't happen. So peacefully, I don't know, maybe we can block everything, block the country in a way. I mean, you 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 stop buying things. You stop going to work. See, if everyone stopped to work, in 3 days the crisis is over, because they will listen to us.
Do you really believe this?
Yeah, that happened in 1936. In 1968 in France, that happened 2 times.
So people should worldwide stop working for an X amount of days altogether.
Yeah.
To...
If in 3 days or less, if everyone stopped to work, and even just in France, if you stop to work, if I don't know, if just 2 million of people stop to work at the same time, the country can be blocked. If you block the country, I mean, if you si tu empêches, comment tu dis empêcher? If you prevent everyone merde, les péages. Si tu bloques les péages et que tu empêches tout le monde de passer, et que tu fais perdre beaucoup d'argent à Vinci qui est une société ultra-capitaliste, le patron de Vinci va gueuler au pouvoir et va demander, et va dire au pouvoir justement, bon, maintenant tu les écoutes parce que je perds beaucoup trop d'argent.
Okay, so you think there should be more actions like this besides the protest, or instead of the protests?
Besides
the protests?
Maybe at the same time. I don't know. That depends on the number of protesters. If we are, imagine if we are 2 million in the street, if 1 million blocked the highways, and another million protest in the street, the country is blocked, and they will listen to us. If that's the only way we can go out this crisis peacefully. Otherwise, the only solution is violence.
You think this?
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
And yeah, we'll see what happens now. Yeah, the France Understands is asking, so what message in France might flip the switch for many sleeping people? But what I'm curious about, and this is, I think, maybe in the same line, the question is, How did all of a sudden in November the people hit the street so massively? Have you got an idea about this? I've heard different stories from different people
An idea of what?
of how in the 17th of November all of a sudden all the yellow vests were in the street.
I don't know. Because of ah putain, je trouve mes mots en espagnol mais pas en anglais. I find my words in French and Spanish but not in English. Fuck. Because of à cause de l'augmentation du prix de l'essence. At the beginning of the movement, was because of that.
Yeah, but how did these people connect together and said, okay, we're going to put on a yellow vest and we're going on Saturday into the streets?
I fucking don't know.
How did you find out about the first protest?
Because I read posts on Facebook.
Because of Facebook posts, yeah, social media.
Yeah. So that's why I said that social medias are important, because if you share many information that can make a revolution or the beginning of a revolution.
Yeah, I think that's true. I believe this too. That social media is really important, especially nowadays. It's still. I know they're restricting it. I know they're censoring it. Blah 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 blah. But it still belongs to the people. I mean, we can still have this talk. And do what we are doing. No. Let's see. Was there anything else? Did I miss anything? Okay. Well, we've been talking for over 2 hours already.
Yeah, 2 hours and 2 hours a quarter.
Yeah. It's pretty long for a talk. Yeah, if nobody wants to ask anything anymore, then I think...
You have 2 minutes.
They go now. They start now. Friends Understands asks, everything starts with a thought. What, in whatever language, is your first thought that should happen next? But I think this is the blockages you spoke about that you think will happen in September, or you would like to see happen in September, or not?
I would like to see a fucking revolution.
You would really like to see...
Yeah, before I die, I want to see a fucking revolution. Yeah, I want to film, to take pictures of a fucking revolution.
And what practically, what does revolution mean to you? So what would actually be happening?
By revolution, I don't mean cut Macron's head, but that's an idea of revolution. I mean, that could be just all people of France stand up for their rights, and they fucking peacefully or with violence, they fucking get back their rights.
So that the system changes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to ask anymore.
Am I hungry? Am I
Yeah.
hungry?
Are you angry?
No, hungry.
Hungry. Yes, I'm hungry also. And my battery's almost empty, of course. Electricity is a problem. Yeah, so let's stop this.
Okay.
Thank you very much for
You're welcome.
yeah, either way, thank you very much. I think the people like to speak to French people and understand what is happening more, no? So thank you for this.
Yeah, that's interesting. And maybe tomorrow night we will know about what happened in Nantes. Eh, yeah, maybe we will know what happened in Nantes during the protestation of tomorrow, if there were violence or something like this.
I'm really curious what will happen tomorrow all over France, because also in Toulouse for a few weeks the violence was a lot less than the time before, and it started again, I think, with the what happened in the capital with you and what happened yesterday with the gassing.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what will happen tomorrow. How it will.
Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to take my gas mask because I'm really scared.
That tomorrow will be heavy.
Yeah, I'm scared of it.
Well, we're gonna see each other tomorrow anyway, so.
Yeah. Mm,
In the gas.
yeah. To be poisoned with.
To be poisoned with. Yeah, this is a thing too. Oh. Okay, people. See you all tomorrow. Or you are going to see the protest tomorrow while we're live streaming it. Yeah, thank you for watching. Share it so people understand how the French, or at least this French guy, feels and thinks about the about the whole Gilet Jaune movement and the police violence, and also that you can hear, because Charlie, this is what I think is really good, is that you speak out about what happened to you regarding the police violence. So because people see videos, but they don't hear the actual stories from people, what it's like to feel that, to be met with this shit, no? And I think it's really good if people understand it better that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you see.
Thumbs up.
Yes, please. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we still need 1,000 viewers and 4,000 view hours. So we're halfway. It's still a lot what we need. Okay. I'm going to close off and see you tomorrow. And thank everybody for
tomorrow.
watching. Okay. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
La rage du peuple, je la vois tous les samedis. On n'a plus un franc, plus de quoi remplir un caddie. Chaque fin de mois on crève la dalle. Je te parle pas d'appétit, il suffisait de quelques gilets jaunes pour que petit à petit on se bouge, on se mobilise.